This is Rockstars Uncensored with your host, Laura Hargrove. Today I have the Sleez metal band called DB Sleez. I have the singer Chaz Casa and the drummer Jesse Aaron. At first, I'd like to just thank my sponsors for today's show. Would be Big Willie's ATP. Go in and check out their huge collection of hemp jewelry, knives, and incense. Big Willie's ATP, located on 3028 Memorial Highway, Mandan, Bismarck. Big Willie's ATP, where everyone leaves with a smile. And my other sponsor for today's show is Trips Tattoo World. He is located at 118 East Main Street, Mandan. And as a special, if you go in to get a tattoo and mention Rockstars Uncensored, he will be giving you 10% off your tattoo. So go in, get a hold of Trip, and get a tattoo for 10% off. All right, and we are going to bring Chaz Costa and Jesse Aaron online. Jesse, Chaz?
What's going on?
Hello.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
We're hanging in there.
Fantastic. So
Keeping
the song,
Absolutely.
so the song we just played for you of DB Sleez was "Could Have Left Me a Beer." Now, where did you get the inspiration for a song of that title? I mean, I understand it completely. I was just curious where you came up with it.
It's kind of funny because me and Chaz got together, and within the first 2 weeks that we were together, we started working on music, and I couldn't really tell you much about the song because Chaz wrote the whole song himself. So, Chaz, how'd you come up with the song?
Yeah, I was kind of like hanging out at a friend's house, and I don't know. It just kind of like dawned on me. This song came over me, and I was just like, grabbed me a piece of paper and a pen right away, and I just started jotting it down. It's just pretty cool. I guess it's just like an inspired moment, and I just had the lyrics and the music down probably within a day or two of doing it. I probably didn't spend any more than 3 or 4 hours on the whole song. It's just pretty cool.
Now, do you notice that most of the great songs are written in a short period of time and out of nowhere versus ones that you may be working on for a long time?
Yeah, exactly, because that's, well, as DB Sleez, we think our best song is 69 as of right now, and that was another song that we honestly wrote probably within, just a couple hours.
Okay, and 69 for the listeners will also be played at the end of our interview, so you will get to catch that song as well. And
yeah, that took me about 20 minutes to write. It just
20
like I said,
minutes?
It was another inspired moment. But those two songs mostly. All the other songs really were the rest of the band members. X-Bomb on the guitar. He comes up with some great riffs. And Kenny, he throws his stuff in there too. And everybody just really contributes. But those two, those were just inspired moments. It just happened. It's pretty cool.
Well, 20 minutes to have a great song. You must have a lot of talent for writing. Did you do any type of writing
or
poetry?
Did writing before,
oh, okay.
I don't even consider myself a writer, but I just do it. I don't know.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is not to like badmouth Chaz or anything, but he's kind of like stupid and kind of goofy. He doesn't have much common sense, but that's what really I'm at a loss for words because his songwriting ability is unbelievable, but his common sense isn't there.
I will kill you later, remind me.
Well, I guess where you lack in one area, you make up for in another.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on your side, Chaz. Okay.
I'll put an ad in for a new drummer. No, I'm just kidding.
And DB Sleez, can you explain to me exactly what that means and how you came up?
The proverbial question of what that means.
Yes.
Actually, well, Sleez part is because Sleez rock is what we do, influenced by Faster Pussycat, LA Guns. But the DB, actually, it was just kind of like, as you might think of, like DB Cooper or something. It just flowed. And then the letters themselves, what does D and what does B mean? It's whatever you want it to mean. It could be douchebag, dirtbag, whatever feels good, just throw it in, and that's it.
So DB actually stands for nothing.
Well, honestly, Chaz came up with the Sleez, I came up with the DB, and DB I thought Deadbeat worked best because we're all pretty much broke, and we still are.
Yeah.
But then Chaz thought it'd be better just to keep it, whatever DB means for whatever. Same with WASP, like that always went on, what's, WASP stand for. It's kind of, keeps you on edge and curious to what it means.
Sure. Do you know what it means?
I've heard, everything that everybody else has, but I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Steve Riley when I see him next week.
Yeah, you'll have to and let me know.
Yeah?
I get interested in how names come about and all that good stuff, especially being so many musicians around that you have to, really research the band name that you want because somewhere somebody's got that same name.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So you guys must not have ran too much into that problem.
Well, actually, there was a problem. I really can't remember what it was, but there's something about a rapper had our name. Something with the DB Sleez. It wasn't exactly DB Sleez, but it was something very close, so we had to, alter it. Maybe the spelling it was, but there's a rapper out there, and, we're not exactly a rap group, so...
Yeah, I think that Sleepies is S-L-E-A-S-E. I think we spell it S-L-E-E-Z. So we're definitely different, and we have our own website domain, and that's everything copyrighted and all that. So it's all good.
Well, I remember way back in the day, I was in an all-female band, and honestly, our band's name was Nirvana. And
wow! Wow!
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Monty O'Connor from Roadrunner Records, our manager was a scout for them, and he says, your girls need to change their name. There's a band out of Seattle just signed Nirvana. We were just, it took me a long time to actually like Nirvana just because I was pissed about it.
I'd probably feel the same way.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I think they made it way farther than we would have anyway. Never know.
Yeah. Well, you could always say that they're a tribute band to you.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Okay, for people who don't understand what sleaze rock or sleaze metal actually means, would you care to give a brief description? I mean, most people understand what rock, rap, jazz, blues, but a lot of them don't understand exactly what sleaze rock or sleaze metal is. Can you tell
pretty
them
much
the difference?
It's sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's all about the 80s now. The rest of my band members are, a lot older than me. I'm only 27 years old. Everybody else was around in the 80s, so they went through that whole period of just, having a good time. It's just fun music. It's got energy. It's got attitude. And, if you look back at any bands, LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, any of those, now, Motley Crue, some people say it's sleaze, but I don't really consider that. I consider that glam metal. But pretty much sleaze is just, it's edgy rock and roll, sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's pretty much it. I don't know what Chaz has to add to that.
Yeah, no, basically sex, drugs, and rock and roll. As we're older, there are less drugs, but definitely the rock and roll and the sex is the main thing there. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you answered that. You answered it, pretty complete for people to go, oh, okay. see, because where I live, honestly, a lot of people, I would say probably 98% of people, are 15 years musically behind the times here. They don't understand new bands. They hardly support. They don't. It's just a messed up situation.
Yeah, well, the problem is a lot of the new music today, it's like everyone sounds the same. Everyone does this throat growling stuff. I mean, everyone sounds replaceable. No one has an identity. No one has, they don't stand out. Everyone sounds interchangeable. And then they're talking about, anger and death and destruction and I hate my life and I want to kill myself. Who wants to hear that? We want to have a good time. When you're out on the club on a weekend partying with your friends, you want to have fun. You want to feel good. Why do you want to be all depressed and miserable? It's like we don't play that. We're just not about that. It's all about having a good time. You live on this planet once. You better enjoy it.
I also think that a lot of these artists, they're so, in the studio, they have so much crap that actually makes them sound better than they really are. And then you see them in concert, and it's like, oh my gosh, I paid to see you?
Well, yeah, that's another problem. Now, what's weird, when we went to the studio, it took us a few months. That's only because we were short on time. We could have had it done within a month, but we went in the studio. We didn't use any metronome. We didn't use any click track, none of that. We didn't use any, special effects on Chaz's vocals, any, special effects on the drums or guitars. Pretty much it's as raw as possibly. So when you hear that record, it's exactly what you'll see at a show, and that's how we wanted it. We didn't want anything fake.
And I love bands like that. Like Kix is one of those bands. Great White, when it wasn't separated to Jack Russell, Great White sounded exactly. Right. I've seen Great White probably 3 times, and I just seen them not quite 2 years ago, and they sounded exactly like you were listening to the CD.
That's how it should be.
Right. That's what people want. I mean, if you're so overly processed in the studio and you can't deliver that same product live, people are going to be disappointed.
Well, plus 20 years later, and you still sound fantastic.
Yeah.
And to me, that just makes me put them on a higher pedestal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I had Brian Forsyth on my show, and he's just a great human being, and I even told him the same thing, that, if you have a band, been around a short time or a long time, and you sound exactly like you're supposed to, kudos to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to maintain more fans, that way. So
yeah, exactly.
And it gets too technical anyway. I mean, a lot of these guys, they're playing with laptops and stuff. I mean, when we play guitar and stuff, we're just plugging right into the amp, forget about it.
Well, that's great. I'd love to see you guys live.
Oh, you will. Actually, speaking of that, we've been trying to get on a tour for a while, and we've been in touch with Faster Pussycat and LA Guns, and we're just hoping that something finally, goes through and we get out on the road soon.
Well, 1 or 2 of the guys from Faster Pussycat are doing my show. And I believe LA Guns, but it won't be for a while. But
who's coming from Pussycat?
Ace Von Johnson.
Okay, yeah. Ace, and who's the other one?
I'm not quite sure if there were which one, possibly. I would love Tammy, but I guess that's all up in the air.
That's actually the only member of Faster Pussycat that we're not friends with. We've never...
we haven't met him yet. We played with them 3 times, and we still haven't met Tammy. He's kind of like hides out in the tour bus.
Really?
But, yeah, we love all the other guys. There's some of the, the coolest guys down to earth. And
Christian, we hung out with Christian, Danny, Ace. They're all really cool. Chad's cool and everything. But Tammy can't grab hold of him. He's like quick in and out of the bus.
Well, he must have a little bit of socialization. They just played in Minneapolis, I'd say within the month, and one of my friends got a picture taken with them, so he must do some mingling.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, we're not good enough, maybe.
Nah, I don't know, he's just fast. He just slips in and out of there.
I see.
We'll have to get a net and grab him next time.
You'll have to.
We'll get a lasso.
We'll have to chain him and bond him.
Chain him and bond him. I'll get the duct tape.
That's funny. I was surprised I don't mean anything mean by it, but he doesn't look anything like he used to. I didn't even recognize who it was when I seen the picture.
Oh, yeah. What's funny is he kind of reminds me a lot of Chaz. I'm pretty sure they could be related somehow, and they might be.
That long-lost brother.
Why do you put those two? Why does he remind you of Chaz?
Well, they look the same. They kind of act the same.
Well, sometimes I do a little Faster Pussycat spiel with the band, and I kind of dress up like Tammy, and I kind of give people a second look. They're like, "Oh, whoa, that's not Tammy."
Yeah, Chaz kind of likes the new Tammy. I guess you could consider industrial, whatever you want to call it.
Goth look. Yeah, it's a
like
badass
Chaz goes for that look once in a while. He likes that. He's into that scene.
I like to mix it up a little bit with the costumes, keep everybody on their toes.
What, kind of like the band Hairball?
What was that?
Have you ever heard of the band Hairball? They do this whole concert, and they actually dress. They're almost like a tribute band to a ton of, like, they'll do AC/DC and they all come out dressed up like AC/DC, or they'll do Kiss and they all come out dressed up as Kiss. And the band's name is Hairball.
That's different.
Yeah, so I never heard of that. That's cool.
For the whole concert, they come out and they are dressed just like the band they're doing the band songs. They're not necessarily an original band. It's like they're a tribute band to like tons of different artists. You'll have to look them up on YouTube. You might find it interesting.
Were they called Hairball?
Hairball. Hair, like Hair ball. Hairball.
Hairball, like what a cat calls.
Yes. Hairball.
They should change that name to Short Hairs. I think it's better. It's more sleazy.
Short Hairs. Oh, God. Oh, good Lord.
God, we don't have any FCC restrictions on here, do we?
No, we don't. You can.
We're doing a lot better than our last radio interview. We kind of crossed a few boundaries we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully that station didn't get fined. I slipped up twice, but it was an accident.
You can't get me in trouble because we're not regulated. So you can talk about whatever you want.
All right, let's spice it up.
Okay,
let's
go ahead,
spice it up.
Jesse, you spice it up.
Okay,
well,
Jesse,
I gotta watch
start.
because sometimes I get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I watch it.
Well, that's okay. Come on, Jesse, give me some juicies.
What do you want to hear? Ask me anything, and I'll give you the honest truth.
What's your feeling on groupies?
Well,
and I'm not talking groupies like me who, get to hang out backstage and just have a good time. I'm not all about, having sex with any of them. I'm talking groupies.
Yeah, like dirty.
Yeah. Have you had any?
Nothing happens. Nothing ever happens.
But see, what's kind of cool about this band, me being the youngest, and the genre that we play and the scene that we associate with, there's a lot of, women that are in their 40s, 50s, and I happen to get a lot of cougars. And
cougar bait.
And like, I love it. It's awesome, but
not interested.
But see, the problem is my girlfriend manages the band. She also does the merch at all of our shows. So sometimes it gets a little sticky, and it has got a little sticky a bunch of times.
Well, I mean, a girlfriend of a rocker has to realize that your fans are going to love you. They're going to want to flirt with you. They're going to want to hang around you. I mean, that's just part of rock and roll.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
it's hard, but sometimes, sometimes they got to realize, though, some of these groupies, they don't have common sense necessarily, but,
like psychotic?
Yeah, there's been a couple crazy ones that have. There's one, actually, I'm not going to say where the show was because I don't want, in case she's listening, I don't want her to think I'm talking bad about her, but there was this one fan, or groupie you could call, that came up to me after a gig and wanted to know if I was in love, and she really freaked me out because it was the most awkward situation I've ever been in because she was completely serious. She wanted to know if I was in love, and I didn't know how to handle this. She's asked me if I'm in love, and if I was in love, then she said she didn't want me to break her heart. So quickly it turned real nasty, and she got a real nasty attitude with me because I wouldn't give her an answer, and it's just very weird.
What did she
probably off her meds.
Yeah, probably.
Well, explain a little how she freaked out on you. I'm kind of interested.
It just got very awkward because she asked me if I wanted to have a drink. So, I love meeting new people. So, of course, we're talking, and I was waiting for her to get the shot, and she just started getting this, her facial expressions changed, and you could tell her, like, blood pressure was rising, and if she could have, she probably would have slapped me, but it's like I was doing absolutely nothing wrong. I was saying, I didn't even answer the question because, it's a rock and roll show. I'm not going to tell you if I'm in love or who I love or, who cares about that stuff? We're at a rock club and we're about to have a drink, so.
You just have to worry if they tell you, if I can't have you, nobody can. Yeah, then you have to run. Then it's fun to run very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, she sounds like one of those ladies, instant bitch, add alcohol.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that was a very sticky situation. And now looking back at it, it's kind of funny, but it's also pretty scary because there's crazy people out there, and maybe I could have got stabbed. I don't know.
Or roofied and taken
we have
complete
security now,
advantage
though.
of.
Anyway, we actually have we have roadies and security now, so that's taken care of.
Okay, Chaz, you tell me a story now.
Well, let's see. Well, I don't have any really juicy stories. Just met a lot of great people, and it's just been awesome. I mean, tons of new friends, fans.
There is one. Actually, I do remember a story about Chaz. There was one show where one of our fans gave him her dirty panties, and they smelled really bad. And unfortunately, like he couldn't do anything with them, so he had to throw them out before we left the club.
Oh, gross.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that is nasty.
That's nasty.
But it's also cool because all the great bands that.
That's why God made hand sanitizer.
And douche.
Yeah.
Keep that hand sanitizer handy.
That would be a pretty cool thing to.
Oh, great marketing idea. DB Sleez hand sanitizer. There you go. Another marketing product.
No, DB Sleez douches.
Well, we can do that too. Yeah, Messing Gill. Call up the company tomorrow.
Yeah.
See if we can work out something. What kind of flavoring would that be? They have,
Douches don't have flavoring. They're just vinegar.
What are you talking about? You don't eat douches.
Yeah, but vinegar and water. I figure,
Well, you wouldn't drink it, but she definitely would kill some of that smell.
Yeah, no.
Balsamic vinegar.
Unless she had some type of nasty
know,
disease that
exotic.
hadn't been treated.
Yeah, probably had a yeast infection or something.
Yeast infections don't stink that bad.
Seriously, I don't know. I feel bad for girls because I have a daughter, and one day she might stink. Girls have problems with that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Next subject.
I'm just so glad I don't have that problem anymore.
Good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's
we'll
good.
keep it clean. That's very good.
Keep it sleazy, but keep it clean.
Keep it clean. There you go.
Okay, guys, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to play your song, Come Back for More, which is very suitable. If you just
all right,
give me...
sounds great. And if you listen, this was all of X-Bomb. He wrote this song, and you can hear a lot of his... It's melodic. It's got metal in it. It's definitely, different from the other 4 tracks off of our debut EP.
Okay. All right, everybody. This is Come Back for More by DB Sleez, and we will be right back with Chaz and Jesse in a moment.